everybody, it's me, Margaret, on a very windy day outside. We have cousin dog staying with us. That's Dusty. She's 16 and she has a tendency to have accidents in the house, and they tell me just leave her outside, but I can't do that. She has a tether. She tends to run away so she has to be on her tether, but we just come outside together and hang out. Of course, Bentley's here too, and Bentley gets to run free because he's too chicken to run away. Just a few minutes ago, when we first walked out, there was a mama deer and her two babies just beyond that green area. That's the levee where it gets white. It's up there, and they were on the levee, and Bentley chased them away, but I was hoping they'd be in the back. Okie dokie. Last week, I showed you this elf hat, and it was a wonderful pattern, a paid-for pattern by Heidi Yates called Sweater Friends, and with it comes a whole plethora of friends. And I tried to make a polar bear version, which was available on here, but I accidentally made the koala bear, which is also the pattern on here too. But you can see the way his nose is and his ears over on the side. So, but he's cute, isn't he? See? And now I'm in the process, work in progress, of a teddy bear one. See, he's just like a brown bear. But I have to put his face on and sew in his ends and all that kind of stuff. But while we're on the subject of this stuff, I dropped by Joann again, and just to see if there's any more clearance or whatever. Hang on a second, we're in the tether. Yeah, so I dropped by Joann's, and not only, a lot of the stuff that I had bought the first time around was sold out, but they had put on a whole bunch more things on clearance. For example, I got this Red Heart Fiesta. It was in a coffee colorway the last time, and this time this is called Harvest. Because all the coffee was, no, there was more coffee available, but of course I already had that, so I didn't get it. But I got this on clearance again, and I still had a 15% off coupon, so that I got the same exact deal. It was like 50% off, and then I got the coupon, so you can't beat that. And what also was on sale the first time, and again this time, was Fun Fur. So since I had bought this pattern, which I didn't have the first time, I bought some of that to make the bear. So that was good, and again it was 50% off. So I had a great time. And with it, wait, is this the one? No, Joann's got, I think it's this week, there are some terrific coupons available. So if you have a Joann near you, that would be something you might want to check out. Now, the only other thing I got done this week involves this Red Heart Super Saver Blacklight Yarn. Now, I jumped on the bandwagon. I only bought one of these because these colors are really too loud for me, but you know, I make mostly charity gifts and for kids, basically, a lot of kids, and these are great colors for them. They love that. So I started out knitting it just as is. I knew better than to crochet it because the color changes are far too short. And when you have short color changes and you crochet, it really looks clumpy. So that's not a look that I like at all. So I knew better than to do that. So I started knitting it just as is, because I've had good luck with that in the past. You remember this elf hat where I wasn't pleased with it? Well, I really haven't done anything else with it, but I was curious about the different stitches when I saw Zoe's video where she had used a variegated yarn and a single crochet. I took the extra yarn and I put it on the AliExpress and knit a stockinette stitch just to see what it would look like, and it's a world of difference. The smaller the stitch, the less color pooling you have. But I thought that was interesting, so I'm sharing this picture with you. So my knitting, I just kept trying to like it and trying to like it, and I just didn't. It looked just as clumpy and messy, and I just couldn't like it. So Sarah Hepworth suggested to me something I thought of on my own, which made me really happy that if Sarah Hepworth said that was a good idea, then hey, I must be onto something. If you don't know Sarah, she is extremely talented and has this, what I think is the epitome of elegance and taste. So anyhow, I was tickled that I was on the same track as she was. So I added black stripes with it. Now I do like it better. However, I think I would like it even more had I made wider black stripes. I think it's still a little busy, but I do like it better. Definitely like this better. The ribbing done like this. It's got cat hair all over it. I'm sorry about that. Over here, I tried my hand at some jogless stripes, and apparently I misunderstood how to do it. So I gave up and just did regular up here. But clearly I need to work on that. And it's also a little wide. It's kind of loose, but good for a slouchy, I guess. I don't know. So I'm learning. A lot of times I do these too wide, and in this particular hat I didn't use a pattern. I just kind of based it off some of the ones that I'd done before, and I did not use a smaller needle size, and I think I should have done that here, and it would have been better. Now also last week I showed you a bag that I had remade. It was originally a cat bed, and it didn't work out well at all. So I ripped it all out and turned it into a bag, and I was really pleased with that. Well, I left it sitting over on the table, and I walked past about 30 minutes later, and lo and behold, there was a cat sitting on the bag. And like my older son, Tyler, had commented, he said, "Mom, you know, the best cat bed is anything a cat can sit on that's not supposed to be a bed." And that's true. I've had friends too also say, you know, "Oh, my cat likes to sit on anything, you know, something that I'm reading or the computer or whatever," and that's so true of cats. So I don't know why I tried to make a cat bed, but that kind of cracked me up. Thought I'd share that with you. Now, I'm not a very goal-oriented person. I kind of like to be surprised by what I want to work on each week. When I finish a project, I'll start hunting for the next one, and that's what I do. I very rarely have a long-term plan. And I do know for a fact, though, that I want to make more sweater friends. So that's probably going to be what I work on this week, though don't hold me to it. But we'll see. I do highly recommend this pattern. This is absolutely really cute. Oh, I do need to throw in this, when I used this fuzzy stuff, what's it called? I can't even remember. Fun fur. When I used the fun fur, I put regular yarn with it because the fun fur itself is very, very, very thin. But when you crochet with it, all this stuff kind of gets clumped with it. And to make a long story short, I upped a hook size and went less number of increase rows, and then just kind of played this by ear of how far it needed to be. I just kind of looked at it and said, "Oh, okay, I think that looks right." So it did take some adjustment on the pattern because I went up to like a J hook. And what is that? A 6.5 millimeter, I think. So it does affect your sizing when you add the fun fur to regular yarn. So keep that in mind if you choose to do that. So we'll see what we have next week. Bye. Not the same deer we saw earlier today. These were from last August.